I am super excited for today's video because we are finally doing an apartment tour. Before we jump in, I just want to say if my voice sounds a little weird, I have been sick for several days. But before I got sick, I cleaned the whole apartment in anticipation of this video. And I don't know how much longer I can keep it clean, so we are filming it today. Welcome to the entry of our apartment. When you enter to the left, this is where you take off your shoes. We hang our keys there. And then if we move over here to the right, this is a storage closet. We have some coats in here as well, but it's mostly just storage for some emergency supplies and cleaning supplies. Then if we go to our left, this is the bedroom. Our bedroom is a massive space. This is the largest bedroom I have ever had. Just because the bedroom is massive though, it does not mean everything else is massive, including our closet, which I will show you here in a minute. When we moved into this apartment, we lost a lot of closet space from our last apartment, so we had to come up with a clothes storage solution, which is why I thrifted this dresser, and that is in one of my other videos that you can check out. In this corner over here, I have a basket, which I also thrifted this basket for like $8, and it is filled with knickknacks, random things, mostly electronics and like cords for all of my electronics. I just don't have a good place to store them, so they live in this basket here on the floor, along with a box right next to it with more knickknacks and things that just don't have another home. Ever since I moved out of my parents' house, I have not had a headboard until this apartment. And guys, let me tell you, headboards are amazing. I love them, and I feel like it elevates the room so much, and it made me feel like an actual adult now that I had a headboard for the first time. I don't know what about it. I was just like, I'm an adult. I have made it. Here's the other half of the room. You can see we have an interesting alcove situation going on here. When we moved in, our parents encouraged us to like put a chair in here and make it some sort of reading nook, but we ultimately decided not to purchase more furniture and just put our laundry here. And then we do have more storage, a dresser that we already had, but it has become very useful because of our limited closet space. We moved from the bedroom into the bathroom, and we're gonna actually go into the closet here first. So here is the closet. It's actually not a bad amount of space. Like I can actually walk in here like a couple steps, so there is room. It's just not a lot of room for two people, especially someone who has a lot of professional clothes. Not that many purses, that's not too many purses, but it did feel like all of our clothes was kind of cramped. In the past apartments, I pretty much hung up everything, like from t-shirts and jeans and everything, but in here, really only professional clothes that I'm hanging up. Hey, it's me. Okay, so this is the start of the bathroom area, and it's interesting because it's kind of set up like a hotel bathroom in the sense that we have our sink out here, and then if we move over here, we have this door which separates the sink from the toilet and the bath. And it's a little small in here. I just want to give you kind of a close-up of how small it is. This is the toilet and this is the door, and that is the distance between them. It is a very small space, and for reference, here's the toilet and here's the shower. So it's very tight in here, and it's like if you're on the toilet, you can't open the door situation. So it is a small bathroom, but having the sink outside does kind of help a little. We're back in the entryway, and instead of going left into the bedroom this time, we're gonna go across the hall into another hall. Behind me are the sliding doors that are in the hallway, and you've probably figured out what's behind here. You have a couple seconds to guess as I open the door. It is our laundry. So we do have in-unit laundry, and I really wanted that when we were looking for apartments, so I was really happy we could find it. Moving past our laundry space, we actually come into here, which is a half bath, which we definitely don't really use very much. We've used it on occasion. We have had like 30 people in this apartment once, and it was useful at that time. So as you can tell, we don't have a towel in here. We very rarely use this, really only if guests are coming over. So we have a half bath, we have a sink here. Under here, we keep a lot of cleaning supplies. Turn around, and we have our toilet with this lovely wildflower poster. Coming out of the bathroom, past the laundry, we're gonna turn here, and we are finally in one of my favorite rooms in any apartment or in any house, and that's the kitchen. I had to back up so you guys could actually see how big this kitchen is. This was a selling point for this apartment. We chose this apartment because of how big this kitchen is. My husband and I love to cook and bake, and so we knew we wanted a nice sized kitchen. And honestly, a lot of the apartments we looked at just didn't have a great kitchen. This kitchen is amazing, except for the fact that we only have one light, and when it gets dark outside, we can barely see like anything here on this peninsula, which is why we have a light over there. But yes, so we have a peninsula here. We have a couple chairs, some counter stools there. So like we'll eat some of our meals there, or if I'm home alone or my husband's home alone, it's just a lot easier to just eat here at the counter. And then of course we have our refrigerator, our dishwasher, our oven, microwave, and then our smaller appliances, which are out here on the counter. I guess technically there is another part of this kitchen, and that is behind this door over here. And speaking of light, there is no light in this pantry. So I purchased this light that I intended to hang above, and let me insert a video of what happened.
So I put the light up. I'll be honest, I'm pretty sure that thing is gonna fall in like 3 minutes. The adhesive.
Yeah, I will use this light if it's really dark outside and like the daylight's gone to try and see like, okay, what food do we have in our pantry? But yeah, it's nice to have a pantry and a space to store our food. Here's a sneak preview of some of the other spaces that we're gonna look at, and we're gonna start over here. Behind me is our dining area, and our last apartment didn't have a specified dining area, so we took what was supposed to be the living room and made it into a dining area, and we took the second bedroom in our last apartment and made it into a living room. So it was actually very nice to move into an apartment that was like, no, you're supposed to eat here. I'm so excited for this next room because this is my favorite room in the apartment, and that is the sunroom. Let's go. This is our sunroom. We have all of our plants in here. Some of them are doing a little bit better than others of them. And we have a couple chairs in here so that we can look out. It's great that we have 3 windows and we can look out outside. We get a lot of animal activity like deer, ducks this season, which has been super fun, and then hawks and a few other things as well. This is my favorite room, and it's probably where I spend the most amount of time. And it's really fun because if we look up, yes, there is a sunroof up there, so it gets a lot of sun, and it just makes me really happy. As I was standing here, I was like, oh, I should talk about that because I wasn't even thinking about it. Like, it's just a wall. It's not really a room, but yeah, we should talk about it. Right next to the kitchen, we have this lovely wall. We're getting a little bit of a glare right now, but this is pretty much all the artwork that is hung up outside of a couple other pieces, and I really wanted to make like a gallery wall situation. I would probably redo this a little bit because as you can tell, there are some that are a little closer to others, but I really enjoy looking at this wall and it makes me very happy. When we leave the sunroom and turn right, we come here into the living room. So we have the same furniture pretty much from the last apartment over here. This is a working fireplace. We had some colder days this season and we thought we were gonna lose power. So I had purchased some artificial firewood, which is over there. And we have burned a couple logs, which has been super fun. And then moving into this corner, we have my bookcase and then this box of books that I need to take to the free little libraries. I gotta do that. And then over here, we have our entertainment center. So we do have a Wii. It is not currently connected to this TV. We just replaced TVs. This is a slightly newer and slightly bigger TV than what we had before. And then under here, we have all of our board games. Like this whole cabinet is full of board games. Say goodbye to the living room. We are going to the last bedroom. This is what I would consider our flex space. So over here is my husband's desk. He has some Lego stuff over here. As you can tell, we've lived here for over a year and we still have boxes of just things from our last apartment that we didn't know what to do with. And then this is kind of like my crafting area. So I have lots of craft supplies here. This is my crafting desk that I got for free at the thrift store. And then we have our music corner over here. He plays guitar, I play viola. And then when you go over here, hello, it's me again. And we're back to a similar situation with our sink out here for the bathroom and literally copy and paste of the last bathroom over here. And same with the closet. I'm not gonna show you that because it's literally just storage full of stuff that you don't need to see. So yeah. that concludes our tour today of the apartment. Let me know what you guys thought, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.